Hello friends, welcome back. It is November 17th and it is time to plant my garlic. Maybe I'm a little late, but it is time to do it now. Every year I plant about 100 cloves of garlic, and I do that by saving the biggest heads from the previous year's harvest. So this is from my harvest I did in the spring of 2023, and I've saved the biggest ones here, and this is what I have. Look at the size of this one. It's not super large, but also not super small. Kayla's very interested in what I'm doing today. So I have this raised bed here that I have some broccoli growing in it right now. It has a little bit of broccoli. I grew these in spring. They survived summer, and now they're putting a second crop. So these I need to eat soon because they don't survive once we get down to like 25 degrees. They won't survive. So I'll be eating the whole thing like this. I eat it in like stir fries, and I add it to soups, and it's very delicious. But what that means is that I'm going to be taking out these plants pretty soon, so I want to be able to utilize the space below. So I can just plant one clove of garlic in here, and next year harvest a full head. I like to break up all the garlic heads before I get planting. That way I don't have to be messing with them when I am trying to put them into the ground. So I'll break them up. If you see here, this one has a little sprout, so I need to be careful not to break that sprout, because otherwise it might not make it. Sometimes you also have this very little cloves inside a big head, so I leave those last. If I really need to plant it, I will plant it, but if not, I'll use it in my cooking. I like the big ones like this one. Most of this garlic is hardneck garlic. I live in zone 7A. Well, I don't know now because the USDA just updated their zone maps, and now I'm at zone 7B. So that means that we only get down to about 5 degrees. Anyways, I'll continue to garden as if I am zone 7A, and I typically plant my garlic right around now, first week of November. Like I said, I'm a little late, but it should be fine. Did you guys see your zones change? Have you checked the map? I posted on my social media the other day the link that you can use, USDA hardiness zones, and they updated them based on the average temperature for the last 50 years. This is the first time they've updated them since 2013, I believe, so about 10 years since they last did them. I mean, I can tell you that I was not able to grow broccoli before this late into the season, and now I'm able to do such a thing. So I get what's going on. We are getting warmer, but that doesn't mean that we can grow crops that are warmer, because what happens is we have extremes like we did last year. Last year we had a polar vortex that went down to about 7 degrees here where I live, and just the day before it had been in the 60s. So what that does is that it really affects the plants because they are not acclimatized to the cold, versus like if we were like 25, 22 one day and then we go down to 7, the plants are already used to that cold, so they don't suffer as much. Took me about 5 minutes to get all of these apart. They're quite hard. That's nice because that means that they're pretty fresh still. And if you don't have any garlic seeds near you, they are very expensive online. The best way to get them is to go to the farmer's market and ask the farmer's market person to sell you some, because they have the best crop that was grown around you, maybe within 150 miles, and that means that the garlic is accustomed to your growing zone. So that's how I got a hold of my garlic seeds, and I've been growing the same seeds for about 10 years now, except last year I got some seeds from the farmer's market, and those were really great, so I needed to spruce up my seed stock. So now I have those, plus the ones I've been keeping for a while. So now I have 2 different races going, and I plant them together. I never really know which one's which, and that doesn't matter. They just grow well. So this raised bed is about 3 feet wide, and I think I'm gonna plant them every 3 to 4 inches or so. And I just make a little indentation like this. You can see the root side here and the pointy side up, and then I push it into the ground, and it's about 1 inch below the soil. So I just planted about 6 widthwise and about 11 going this way. So I've planted about 66 garlic cloves right here, and this space is only about 3 feet wide by about 7 foot long, maybe even less. This space is only 3 foot long by about 5 foot long, and look at it. It's gonna be nice. Lots of garlic just from this little space. I'm gonna go over there and do the same thing on those 2 raised beds over there. So I just planted about 6 widthwise and about 11 going this way. So I've planted about 66 garlic cloves right here. This space is only 3 foot long by about 5 foot long, and look at it. It's gonna be nice. Lots of garlic just from this little space. I'm gonna go over there and do the same thing on those 2 raised beds over there. One thing I forgot to mention is that I already added about 2 inches worth of finished compost, semi-finished compost to this, because garlic loves to feed on fresh compost. That's what I do every year, and I get a huge crop. So I actually ended up planting about 140, 150 cloves right now, and I still need to plant my elephant garlic, which is just the same method, but it grows a lot bigger, and I'm gonna plant those out today as well. So here is my garlic planting. It was not very hard. I just had to do the prep work, which took the most amount of time. So right now is the perfect time to put your garlic into the ground, and you'll be harvesting that in early June of next year. So it's a long-term project, so wherever you put it, make sure you're not going to use that bed up until the beginning of June of next year. And that's how it has to be done. If you are going to grow something in that, then just know that you're going to be planting it a little bit later than you usually would. Thank you so much for watching today, and if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.